What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to week 12 fantasy football. The year is just flying by and it's kind of sad, but hey, what can we say? Week 12, we actually have a good fantasy football waiver wire pickup. Today, we're going to be going through starts and sits for each game this upcoming week, and I'm going to answer every single question that y'all have for me here on the comment section as well as on Discord. So, Brandon, I do see that you posted your team. I want to get into that very first, and then I'll get into some of these questions here. And please, if you guys have any questions at any time, put it down in the comment section. I want to get to every single one of them while I'm going through all the starts and sits for this upcoming week. So let me go ahead and get that screen going on here for you. It is just me, so you guys got to bring the support, bring the boom here, and lay it down with all those comments. We're going to go to sleeper. Bam, there we go. Okay, so, oh no. I meant to screen my Discord and not sleeper. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so this is Brandon's team. He said he is 5-6 and he's sitting at 6th place, enough to have a playoff spot. Good. And he says, but with the injuries and buys, I'm getting killed. Just need some waiver advice. Well, Brandon, if you do not know, I do release a waiver wire video every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. It used to be 10:30 p.m. Now it's at 10 a.m. If you haven't checked out yet, please go out there, watch the video. It's super short because I get straight to the point. It will just help if you watch the entirety of the video, and make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure you hit this like button here on this video. It helps us out a ton. So just going through your team, we're looking at Baker Mayfield, Drake London, Williams, Jacobs, Robinson. Oh man, you got the works here. Johnson, Williams, Aubrey, Buffalo, and then your bench, you have Sutton, Hawkinson, Rashid, Stafford, Laporta, and Philadelphia. Okay, so Josh Jacobs and Drake London. Drake London's going to be missing this week. Josh Jacobs is day-to-day, so you need to make sure that you pick up Emmanuel Wilson just in case Josh Jacobs does miss. Now, you hit the nail right in the head last week by picking up Michael Wilson from the Arizona Cardinals, because we're also day-to-day with Marvin Harrison Jr., and the way they're passing the ball, he's going to get yet another game full of targets. So it's just some big-time waiver wire pickups for you this upcoming week. That's what I would do. I mean, tight end wise, Johnson's great, but if you want to pick up, what's his name, Brock Wright, for the Detroit Lions, that's also acceptable as well. Liam's in the house, says, what's up? Daniel says, happy Tuesday. Hello, everyone. What's going on? Appreciate you being here. And Liam says, need a tight end this week with Godson on bye. Was thinking of Fant since Chase is suspended this week, and he got 6 targets last week. Any other ideas? Okay, so yes, I do have some ideas, right? One, how deep is your league? Because this is going to heavily determine where I'm going to sway you at. If you just heard me right now, I talked about Brock Wright. Brock Wright, tight end for the Detroit Lions. Yes, he did not have a good game last week. He only caught 2 passes, but despite that, he had 7 targets. Now, that is absolutely great for a tight end. Let's see, you're in a 10-man half PPR. Let me know who's available for you in your waiver wire, because a lot of 10-man leagues, you have a lot of great options out there. Like you might have a Zach Ertz or Dalton Schultz. But you're saying, yeah, Chase is going to be suspended once again. So that's also not a bad pickup to stream. What was he? Noah Fant. But AJ Burner, I believe, is another good option. That guy's been killing as far as targets. But yeah, plenty of options there. Let me know who's available in your league. Rave, what's going on? Rave says Jacobs, Marvin Harrison Jr., Hampton, Daniels, Kincaid, and Jamar's dumb. Got himself suspended. About to lose 3 weeks in a row. That's a very tough position for you. Josh Jacobs, he's day-to-day, so hopefully he doesn't miss, but just in case, you might want to pick up Emmanuel Wilson. Marvin Harrison Jr. just flat out sucks. He's a boom and bust guy. I said don't draft him this year. But to be safe, you could go out there and pick up Michael Wilson, Jaden Daniels. I understand that. Dalton Kincaid. We just talked about Brock Wright, AJ Burner, and Jamar. Yeah, that was just dumb on Jamar's part. You can't replace Jamar there. But yeah, you could try. You could try. It's going to be a tough 3 weeks. But I think Jamar's only suspended for one game, right? Just one. That's what we're going to talk about here. Okay, so we caught up here. Not too bad. I do want to look at Sleeper real quick. So that's what I'm doing right now while we look at some trending players in the tight end position, since tight end seems to be the bee's knees today. So we talked about Brock Wright. He is the second most trendiest tight end. AJ Barner is not Burner. AJ Barner is the first in the trend here. So 2 weeks ago against Washington, he played 84% of the snaps, then dropped down to 37% of the snaps, then jumped back up to 87% of the snaps, having 11 targets last week, catching 10 of those targets. So he absolutely killed it with 17 points, which is great. They are going to be against the Tennessee Titans. I feel like they could utilize the run game a little bit more against this matchup. So I don't think AJ Barner will have an amazing game like he did last week, but he could see himself having anywhere between 3 to 5 targets confidently. So going back to the stream, see if I got any more questions. What's up? Lele Dillard. Sorry if I did that wrong. Hi, how you doing? Appreciate you being here. Liam says, thoughts on Harvey? Are they just easing him into a starting role? You see, we would like to think that way, right? But it's not like RJ Harvey. This is the first, second, third week, or this is the first ever start. He's played NFL games already, right? So it's not so much that they're easing him into a starting role. It's just that they wanted to have a rotational backfield because someone out there in that coaching office does not believe that he is ready to take the entirety of the load. Now, I will say this. I'm not going to look too much into it because both running backs did not have a high rushing attempt. So RJ Harvey, I do think there's a chance for him to turn it up towards the end. And I do feel like you should have just traded me RJ Harvey when you had the chance, brother, because now it's a little too late. But I will not, I am not hitting the panic button on RJ Harvey right this instant, right? Let's look at J.K. Dobbins and what he did for the first half of the season. He was never like, oh, okay, he is this running back that is a top 15 running back every single week. He wasn't that guy. RJ Harvey, let's not expect him to be that guy, right? The only way he would have been that guy is if he was going to take 100% of the snaps. Now we know that's not going to be a possibility for him. So I'm not hitting the panic button because my standards for RJ Harvey are him sharing the backfield, but I do feel like he's going to get a higher percentage as far as rushing attempts and snap rating. AJ, you never viewing my Instagram stories, dude. Honestly, I've been, I don't know. I'm trying to stay off of social media as much as I can. As you guys notice, I haven't been posting or been on the podcast as much. Trying to make a few changes in life here. But you're right, dude. I'll keep up. I'll go check out your Instagram stories. It better not be anything bad about my Niners, dude. I swear, I'm coming after you if it is. Blame Bull, man. Dude never replied. Yeah, that you're gonna have that. But I wish we would have got something done. Kind of sucks. It looked like a win for me trading Alvin Kamara and then go ahead and getting RJ Harvey. I wouldn't have minded that. But you're gonna get an absolute steal getting Chris Olave. I don't know. He didn't even look at it, so it is what it is. You're gonna have players like that. Don't like leagues that way, but unfortunately, you're always gonna have those type of people. I cooked up that three-way trade like the NFL GM, and he ghosted us. Yeah, dude, we should have just stayed up all night just shooting out trades to random people, see what's going on. It was a trade deadline, dude. We got to be on the phones. We gotta talk to other managers. But like, hey, dude, let's get something going. Are you happy with your team? I'm not. Let's boom, we'll get it done. Just stuff to learn for next year. I mean, every single year we get better. Rave and Liam are cousins. Yes, they're actually both my nephews. They call me Unc, so I call them my nephews. We're actually not related, but yeah, if you see a picture of them, they look nothing like me. Nor do they want to look anything like me, because I do have a very ugly mug here. Yeah, we should have done that. Just some flicks. All right. We'll check it out. And someone already has Emmanuel Wilson. Damn, someone has Emmanuel Wilson already. That's crazy. But okay, if we're gonna get desperate here, if we're getting desperate, I did want to talk about this guy, but let's talk about Chris Rodriguez. right? We talked about Chris Rodriguez on my video earlier today, which again, if you haven't seen that video, please just play it in the background, less than 10 minutes, and hit that like button. It helps this channel out a lot. If you guys haven't noticed yet, we have surpassed 700 subscribers. So that's pretty, it only took us a year and a half to jump from 6 to 700, which kind of sucked. But here we are. We did it. So let's celebrate together. Hit that like button. If you guys haven't yet, hit the like button here. But Chris Rodriguez, we finally know who's going to be the starting running back for Washington, and that's going to be Chris, right? But we're not super excited about it because, one, Chris Rodriguez isn't a great running back. Two, the Washington Commanders are not a good football team. Three, they don't have Jaden Daniels, so they really don't know how to utilize that run game. The list goes on and on and on, where it's still a 3-back rotational field. You still have Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, who's still getting the second most rushing attempts, which really doesn't need to be there. He needs to be an after that. He needs to be let go of your fantasy football team if you do have him. But if you're desperate, Chris Rodriguez. If you're extremely desperate, we could maybe look into someone like Kenneth Gainwell, where, yeah, he's not going to be super popular unless something happens to Jalen Warren. Same thing with Bashal Tutin. He's getting a good amount of workload. He did go down with an injury, but he's totally fine. Amari DeMarcado goes down with the injury, so we could pick up Bam Knight. Bam Knight could be a starter for us, but we don't know Trey Benson's going to be back. So there's a lot of what ifs. So you got to play the carousel there and just see what happens. We got a couple of new faces here. We got Salted Fishing. Sup? What's up, dude? I miss saltwater fishing. I moved up to the hill country, and all I have here is freshwater. Danny, what's up? What's up, dude? If you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comment section below. I'll answer every single one of y'all's questions. If you guys want more help, in the link in our bio is our Discord link, so you could join our Discord absolutely free, and you can ask questions there. We got tons of people out there who are more than willing to help you out. Not sure if you've seen the Flock League on social media before, but they have a fantasy league where they call each other for trades, and it's so fun to watch. The Fantasy Flock with Mason. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his. I've been watching the Flock or Mason, really. I haven't been watching too much of the Flock League channel, but Mason, I'm a big fan of his. If you don't remember, last year, I was actually in a few fantasy football tournaments with Mason, and that's why I was so excited last year, because I actually beat him in fantasy football in 2 different leagues. But no one really got it because no one really watches there. It's not a plug to their channel. They have no idea who I am, but very prideful because he is he's super knowledgeable what he does. Is QJ droppable as a Chargers fan? I like to think so because of the state of the. Yes, absolutely. QJ is droppable. He is a boomer bust guy, but I'm just, yeah, we could drop him. And I need your Chargers to turn it up a little bit. Justin Herbert cost me the game last week to our rave here in the comments section. So Brandon says, and if Jacobs doesn't play, should I start Pacheco or Pollard? Pollard has fell off this year, but they also are on waiver. Dude, honestly, those are just 2 bad options there. Pollard, you don't want to start him because ever since Spears came back, Pollard has been taking, half the reps, and Spears looks so much better. I'm just not excited about any running back in that backfield. Isaiah Pacheco, he could get as many rushing attempts as any starting running back could get this season, but he's not going to do much with it. If I had to choose between one of those guys, it's going to be Isaiah Pacheco, and that's like a very thin line. Not excited about either of those guys. Thoughts on Tyrell Shavers? Came in and replaced Keon very quickly and earned himself 4 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. So let's go ahead and get into the details with Shavers here, because I was not expecting to talk about him today, honestly. So the thing about any Buffalo wide receiver is that you're going to have so much inconsistencies with that offense that really, that's why I like to do the starter sits for fantasy football. If we're looking at fantasy football, Keon Coleman was like, Dalton Kincaid as well. Those are like, if he starts on the fringe, right? really all you can start there is Josh Allen and James Cook for sure like good fantasy football day. So I'm not super excited about Shavers. I'm not going to look forward to it. I'm not going to look too deep into it because he is a wide receiver for Buffalo and that ball's going to get spread apart. LOL, despite the name, I barely fish saltwater. What, dude? You got the name and you have the logo. What? I could see that the logo is actually a bass, which I know there's saltwater bass, but you know, typically when you think of bass, it's freshwater. You gotta get out there, dude. Let's see. Do you play sports or video games? I used to play sports. I was actually pretty decent at sports. Got a couple of offers, and not trying to tell you my life story and all that. Ended up getting back surgery, but video games, yeah, I don't have to be fit to play video games. Yeah, I play anything from NCAA to Call of Duty to Fortnite to whatever it is. But yeah, I used to stream games on our Twitch. Liam is sponsored by the Flock League. He was set up to sponsor on it. Wow, Liam, are you serious, dude? You're a double agent. How'd you find out, Brandon? Frankie Flaves, what's up, dude? What's going on? What about Sharp or Kenneth Walker or Gainwell? Those are right under Pollard and Pacheco. I'd rather start one of the two between Charbonnet and or not Kenneth Gainwell. I think I'd rather start Charbonnet. We saw a big uptick with Zach Sharp this past week, which everyone was kind of shocked about it, but they have been on a carousel between sharing that backfield. He had 11 carries this past week and 2 targets. Yeah, he didn't get the most amount of points, but he's consistently getting opportunities, right? 2 weeks or last week, he had 14 carries, 0 targets. That's 14 opportunities. Last week, he had 11 carries with 2 targets. That's 13 opportunities. He's getting opportunities out there. So you always have that possibility of him scoring that touchdown, even though more than likely when it comes to the red zone, it's going to be Kenneth Walker. What about, I just answered that one. Who do you think deserves MVP more, Stafford or May? Don't be biased because you're a 49ers fan, LOL. In this channel, I try my best not to be biased as much as possible. But, dude, honestly, I'm not a fan of the Patriots. But like I said, I'm not going to be biased here. I think Matthew Stafford is having one hell of a season. He's making career numbers. And then Drake May, all of a sudden, like, is he going to have a sophomore year slump? I don't think so. Who is he going to throw it to? Stephon Diggs been banged up first half of the season, hasn't looked like himself. His number one wide receiver is a guy named Booty as his last name. Honestly, dude, I like them both for MVP, but I already submitted my like mid-season ticket. I submitted to Drake May. And that is me trying not to be biased as heck. My first option is Drake May. My second option is Jonathan Taylor. And my third option is actually Matthew Stafford. But I promise you that's not me being biased. Let's see here. Liam says Jacksonville's defense versus Cardinals or Pats versus the Bengals without Chase. I mean, they still got T. Higgins. I kind of like the Jacksonville. That's my 5th option for streaming defense this week is the Jaguars against the Cardinals because they just look like a huge mess. Huge mess. So yeah, I'll go Jacksonville. I also have Shaheed, but he is not the number 1 wide receiver now. He's on the Seahawks. Yeah. Raheed Shaheed, he could be dropped. He could absolutely be dropped. I promise you that. AJ, we had a great matchup. In all honesty, I thought I was cooked, but the wheels turned with CMC, full circle moment since you wanted him. And I thought once Ferg got the TD, I was scared. I thought I had a slight chance, but yes, absolutely great game. It seems like every single year that Go League, I am cursed in it. But I'm doing pretty decent in my other leagues. I know the other NSP league, I am in playoff contention. I just lost like my first game in the last 4 weeks. And then in my Dynasty League, I'm ranked 2nd, I believe. Yeah, 1st in my division, 2nd in the league. Frankie says, just set my team. What do you think? I have Trey Benson on IR. Let's go ahead and check your team out, my friend. We're going to go ahead and work our way onto Discord. Like I said, it is just me today, so you guys got to bear with me. I have a waiver wire in to get Juwan Johnson. I can't believe he's out there in the waiver wire. And dropped a defense. Then I want to pick up Puffy up and drop Gosden or Godson, what do you think? I would not drop Godson. He had one bad week. I would pick up Juwan Johnson for sure. But you got Flacco, Jacobs, Henderson. Oh, good pickup there. Higgins, Pickens, Javonte, and then your bench, you're looking at Zach, Bucky Irving. Dude, I can't wait for him to get back. Debo Samuel, you got a decent bench. Don Kincaid, Broncos, and Atlanta. Oh, wow. Do you have three? No, you don't. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I don't mind you picking up Juwan Johnson. Just in the meantime, but I see why you want to drop Godson because you already have Don Kincaid and you're waiting for him to get healthy. I think you are stuck doing that because you need someone now, and he's about to go on waivers. So yeah, that may be your only option there. Pick up Puffy. Who's Puffy? Am I losing it? Who's Puffy here? Who are the top 5 defense streamers? Okay, so like I said, if you haven't watched my video today, shame on you, which no, that is okay. Sorry, I took myself off by accident there. So number 1 defense that you want to stream this week are the Seattle Seahawks, and hopefully someone dropped them last week because they're going against the Rams. I highly doubt it. After the Seattle Seahawks, I got the Baltimore Ravens. I have the Cleveland Browns. I got the San Francisco 49ers and then the Jacksonville Jaguars. All those guys have great matchups, and they've been doing pretty well defensively to get you at least 10 plus points. LOL, I'm a Rams fan, and like you, I'm not trying to be a bias, but I'm gonna say I really like May and all, but would love to see Stafford win it all. But as long as one of those guys win, I'd be happy. If Stafford won the MVP, great. Stafford winning it all, he already did that. We don't need that. Come on now. But yeah, I feel like I keep on getting a lot of Rams fans, especially if I'm on TikTok. A lot of Rams fans. AJ Belt's ass in the blue league, dude. I can't. Dude, my team fell apart, bro. I picked up Luke Musgrave, got less than a point. I have Justin Herbert, who had 4 points. Dude, are you kidding me? Beat you the auto drafted team. Yeah. You should be ashamed of yourself. What happened 2 years ago in the championship matchup? What? Please remind me. Remind me, little nephew. Frankie says Purdy. So Purdy. Oh, you meant to say Purdy. Who's your quarterback here? Boom, boom. Oh, Joe Flacco is your quarterback. Like I said, I don't blame you because there's no need to have 3 tight ends. And if the Chargers continue to have a roller coaster of games where they're going to do good and not do so great, then yeah, that tight end Godston is just not as, efficient as someone like Juwan Johnson. Yes, I know it's a worse offense. Yes, I know they have a rookie quarterback, but hey, a quarterback's best friend is their tight end, and he's been getting consistent points, even if he just has 4 targets. I don't mind it. I clinched in the blue league. I'm running away, y'all. Dude, good luck to you. Hopefully it all works out. Let's see. Liam says, I put Belt's ass in the blue league versus number 1, 182 to 109. Damn. That's crazy, man. Drop Flacco for Purdy. Have Baker RN, but not sure if I should play him against LA this week. I think you should play Baker Mayfield. Why not? And yeah, I'll drop Flacco for Brock Purdy. Again, if you watch my video that I released today, you would know. But Brock Purdy has not had a game under 18 fantasy football points. And yes, I know he's only played 3 games this season, but my point stands. Okay. Okay, so Jason Ortiz says start 1 this week. You got Purdy, Brissett, or Trevor. Got Bo Nix on bye. Who is better rest of the season, Bo Nix or Purdy? I like Brock Purdy here. Yes, you could say I'm a little biased, but for sure, this upcoming week, I like Brock Purdy because they are going up against the Carolina Panthers, a very weak defense, and they could definitely get the job done. So yes, I like Brock Purdy. Jacoby Brissett is, somewhat likable just because they're going to be he's going to have a ton of garbage time points. But I'd rather have a quality quarterback than a piss poor team who's forced to throw the ball over and over and over again. My bench is Vital. Don't want to drop to Hampton. Understood. Monongai has a role. Yeah, he does have a role. He's been getting the touchdowns. Yeah. White until Bucky. I don't think you have to hold on to White anymore. You got Sean Tucker, who is obviously the better back there, and Pollard, who sucks. I could agree with you there. Should I drop White and or Pollard for Emmanuel Wilson, Gainwell, Tootin, Knight? Okay, if you're looking for a short-term answer, Bad Knight is a super short-term answer. Emmanuel Wilson, if Josh Jacobs is out, he's going to be a must-start guy. Kenneth Gainwell and Baishal Tootin are the handcuffs to stash, and you could stash any one of those guys for Rachaad White, and I really don't mind if you drop Pollard because realistically, when are you ever confident enough to start him? Right? So yeah, I'll get Emmanuel Wilson just in case Josh Jacobs is gone, and then I'll go ahead and get Kenneth Gainwell as my stash. Start 2 this week. You got Wandale, Shakir, and Sticky Ricky. Might have Purdy if I win in waivers. Sticky Ricky, dude, I haven't heard that one before. So I don't like Shakir in this option, but also don't know how I feel about Sticky Ricky. So I'm gonna have to keep it a buck here and go Wandale and Shakir because Ricky Pearsall did not have the greatest game last week. Yes, it was his first game back off an injury, but Jawan Jennings was the main wide receiver for targets. And then you still have CMC and George Kittle, who were just absolutely killing in the target game. So I think it's safer to do Wandale Shakir. And you know that ain't biased because I'm a Niners fan. The number one kicker, Dicker, is on bye. Is it worth holding on to him instead of a drop? If I don't drop Dicker, I'll have to drop Pollard for a kicker and risk not getting Wilson, Gainwell, Tootin, or Knight. I am on a similar boat here because I got Dicker the kicker as well, and I am going to hold on to him. That's what I'm doing. Who has a better shot to come back? JD5 or Joe Burrow? At this point in time, it looks like Joe Burrow because I think he's out there in the practice field now. Since it's handcuff season, which 3 are best? Corum, B-Rob, Tootin, Stevenson, Emmanuel Wilson, Pacheco, Knight. Also, I have DJ Moore on my bench. Is he droppable to get 4 of those guys? You probably don't want to get all 4 of those guys, but these are the best handcuffs. We have B-Rob, Blake Corum, Baishal Tootin, B-Rob, Corum, Emmanuel Wilson, Stevenson, and that's about it. Bam Knight is on a sucky offense. When Trey Benson's back in, he's not going to be relevant. They're not going to run the ball much. Isaiah Pacheco, he used to average about 14 carries a game. He doesn't do anything with them. Not worth it. I go Tootin first because he's already gained a good workload in there. And if anything happens to ETN, this guy is going to be an absolute beast. B-Rob, for obvious reasons. If anything happens to CMC, which hopefully nothing happens, knock on that wood. Hopefully nothing happens. Then B-Rob is going to be an absolute beast. Same thing with Corum and Emmanuel Wilson. You're looking at guys who are going to be the bell cow if the starting running back goes down. Start 1 this week, Shakir or DJ Moore. Let's look at DJ Moore real quick, because we might need to go Shakir here, even though you guys do know I don't like wide receivers in Buffalo. We're going to go Shakir. We're going Shakir. I've seen enough. Salted fishing. I hope Rams win the Super Bowl, but damn, those Seahawks are scary. I was sweating bullets the whole game. Plus the Eagles. I hate the Eagles. I don't know how the Rams still can't beat them. It is crazy because the Eagles, I don't think, are as good as they used to be. But yeah, F the Seahawks. I'm glad you guys won that game. I can't stand the Seahawks. Jason, relax. It's all right. Like I said, I'm going to try to get to every single question here. Should I drop Dak or Jones, or drop one of my handcuff of Corum, B-Rob, or Algier? Need to pick up a wide receiver this week. I usually use Jones as my quarterback. Okay, so yeah, don't drop your quarterbacks, because if one of those quarterbacks ever go down with injury, you're kind of screwed if you drop one of them. So yeah, you gotta drop one of your handcuffs. Honestly, you could drop Corum if you want. I'll drop Corum. You could drop B-Rob. It doesn't look like CMC is going to get injured. Knock on that wood again, but yeah. Bro got all his questions on Google Docs. That's this guy. LMAO in 3 leagues. Keep them coming, man. It's like I said, it's just me today, so keep the questions coming. Copy and pasting like crazy. LO, I respect it. Start 2 this week. Okay, we're still going. Godwin, Mooney has a broken collarbone. Shepard, Yoshivas, Ao Manor, Cocker, Leggett, Tillman, Judy, or any Jets wide receivers with Taylor starting. Yes, I know they're all gross. I just want 10 points. Okay. Damn, dude, they're so gross. Gosh, damn. If Godwin plays, let's run the risk. Let's run the risk and start Godwin. And then we're going to play Jerry Judy. Okay, runner-ups. You said any Jets wide receiver. So you're talking, I know Garrett Wilson's on not playing. So yeah, Godwin, Judy, runner-ups are Ao Manor and Leggett. And then after that, maybe Yoshivas because Chase is gone. But that's shitty. 10 points total, yeah, for sure, but not 10 points each. I don't know. Hey, yeah, thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't yet, hit the like button on this stream. It helps us out a ton. We just hit over 700 subs. That's a huge milestone for us. And plus, if you hit that subscribe button, it'll mean so much to me, you guys. So much to me. I know you guys don't care about that, but it does. There's 3 of us in here, bro. You don't need to spam. Guys, come on. It's all right. It's all right. Don't be mean to Jason. There we go. We have each other's backs. If you guys want, or if you guys have more questions, join our Discord. The link is in the bio. You can ask questions there. We got people who's going to answer it. People like Liam, people like Brandon, people like Rave. And I'm seeing Dizzle here in the comment section. What's up, Dizzle? I didn't realize they were all different messages. Yeah, dude, they're different. At this point, Jason, you're overthinking fantasy too much. Hey, it's okay. It's what people do. I mean, I remember when my first few years of fantasy football, dude, I'll stay up like all night. Dizzle says, AJ, I need some tight end advice, but I don't know if you are the guy to ask because you definitely don't have a tight end. I don't know how to take that. What are you talking about? Are you talking about? I don't know how to take that. This is a full PPR. I have Ertz on bye, so he's getting dropped. I don't know if I go Mason Taylor, Juwan, or sneaky likely. If Juwan Johnson's on there, I don't mind. I told people to pick him up when the season started. He only had, I think, 3 bad games. That guy's been a stud, though. So I'll go Juwan. If you're really desperate, if you can't get Juwan, you might want to sneak someone in like AJ Barner, or you might want to sneak someone else in like Brock Wright. I know Brock Wright did not have a great game last week, but he had 7 targets. Sam Laporta is not coming back this upcoming week, so he's going to have another start, which he should have a much better game. I don't know. The disrespect, Dizzle. AJ behind on the comments. I'm trying to keep up, dude. You should see me on TikTok. TikTok is bad. Let's see. Juan Pena official 24 says, who for my wide receiver 2 and 3 and flex spot? I got Devontae Adams, wide receiver 1, and Jonathan Taylor and Henderson, and RB2, RB1. Wide receivers are H. Brown, Hollywood Brown, Tez Johnson, Parker Washington, Jordan Addison, Jacoby Myers, Zach Charbonnet, Josh Jacobs, Debo, and Kushan on bye. So yeah, Debo is on bye, so that's gonna suck. So it looks like you might be forced to use Jacoby Myers. Yeah, Jacoby Myers, especially since no, that's I was thinking about Calvin Ridley. I would say Jacoby Myers and possibly Parker Washington here. If Godwin is out again, you may want to consider Tez Johnson over Parker Washington, but I think that's where we're at right now. Jacoby and Tez/Washington. Liam, week 13, we play each other in the Blue League, AJ. I'm one game back right now with 25 more points. Could come down to that matchup for the last playoff berth. Well, I hope it doesn't, because I hope to win my upcoming games or win this next game, but we'll see. Rave is rage baiting. Does he always? Brock Wright ate a bad shout. Dude, come on, bro. Come on. You don't know if I'm the right guy. Dude, get out of here, Dizzle. Come on now. Brandon Rogers official says, Jason, join that Discord. Heck yeah. Like, if you guys haven't yet, join the Discord, man. It's a lot of fun. Kind of sometimes people are go at it. Dizzle says, I have a claim on Juwan, but I don't know. Saints are weird because you got that white wannabe tight end that also plays quarterback that just sucks the rhythm out of that offense. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more there. I can't stand Taysom Hill when it comes to fantasy football. Absolutely can't stand it. But yeah, Johnson, consistent on the points, not consistent with opportunities, but he makes the most out of the opportunities that he does get. We in here arguing while AJ is reading comments. trying to keep up with you guys. Let's take a live look to see what our channel looks like, because I helped out a lot of new names today and we got one subscriber off of it. Awesome. Thank you, whoever that was. It does not tell me who it is, but thanks for the sub, whoever you are. Kevin Dizzle says, do we think Bucky Irving plays this week, or is his phantom injury going to continue? I don't know how dude never went on IR. Trust me, that's how I feel with Godwin. That's how I feel with the backup running back, Blue, from the Dallas Cowboys. There's so many players, man. Yeah, I don't know how you did not go on IR. It sucks, but Bucky Irving started practicing last week, so he has a real chance to start this upcoming week. I'm not getting excited about it because, one, I don't have him, and two, I highly doubt he's going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, we're ready to play. Nah. Hold on to Sean Tucker for one more week. If I can just match your record in the next 2 weeks, that matchup is the deciding game. That's also depending if others are winning or losing, because if we look at the league, look at the standings, I'm right on the border right here. But also, Jay Riz has the same record as me. And then also, if Ray loses and I win, then we're gonna have the same record. So yeah, it just depends on those other two fellas. Let's see. You never gave Dizzle I never gave Dizzle a solid answer. I did. I said Juwan Johnson or Brock Wright for tight ends. I'm not worried though. I got second most PF and most PA, while in seventh it's a fluke. I'm not in second RN. I get you, man. Yeah, don't be worried. We still got, I don't want to say more than half the season, but we got a little bit less than half the season. We've got time. Hampton back next week versus Las Vegas. At least I think. I know that's the rumor, right? They're saying that Mario Hampton will be back after the bye week. So I hope that's the case, because I made an awesome trade in my dynasty league and I picked up a Mario Hampton. So hopefully that does not bite me at the end. And I am currently in second place in that league. First place in my division, second place in the league. Liam, let's talk about the downfall of Kyrie. Bro hasn't been in the line for months and now 2-9 in the blue league, eliminated from the playoffs. Yeah, I talked to Kyrie. I tried to make a trade with him, and he's like, at this point, bro, I'm just gonna burn my team to the ground. I'm gonna ride with them till we're done. So he's down about it. He's usually a firecracker when it comes to fantasy football. Loves to talk that smack. Usually competitive, but You're gonna have those years. You're gonna have those years. Brandon, you're in the blue league. Brandon, where you been, dude? Yes, Liam's in the blue league. Come on, man. What's going on here? Man, super appreciative of you guys today. I do want to say that first, because I don't know the last time I was on YouTube talking live fantasy football and we were this busy in the comment section. You usually have to make up some BS on who to start, who to sit, go over the video that I released earlier the day of, and you guys have just been super awesome today. We got a new sub today. So appreciate whoever that was. I know we had 3 or 4 new viewers that had questions. Wish all 4 of them would sub, but highly appreciative of that. And also, I do want to say, hey, if you guys haven't hit that like button, it helps the algorithm a lot. Oh wow, okay. So I actually see that we are split. Some people are watching on their phones, and some people are watching on the computer. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that was a thing, but I'll take a dub. I'm in first, JK, or am I? I already clinched the playoffs. Yes, you are in first place right now. Says Kyrie clinched the playoffs in the Gold League, though, Liam. Did he? I think I want Juwan. Like I said, Juwan makes the most out of every opportunity he has. Quarterback's best friend is their tight end. They're going to be passing the ball a lot because the team's not that great. That's all I can say, man. That's all I can say. AJ, you hear about the big cut on Friday? I'm going to modern mullet. No way, dude. You're going mullet for real? Dude, I feel like you change your looks up like all the time. What are you going through, like a crisis right now, dude? What's going on, man? You look good as it is. You got that perfect jawline going on, dude. You don't gotta work. You don't gotta work too hard. That's what I'm trying to say. Michael Wilson, Shakir, Jacoby, Monongai, Andrews need a wide receiver and a flex full PPR. Right now, if Marvin Harrison Jr. is out again, we're going Michael Wilson. The dude had like 18 targets. Even when Marvin Harrison Jr. comes back, I think Michael Wilson will have a role in that offense now with a new quarterback. But we also could see that Jacoby Myers is going to have a role as well. I'm going to go Michael Wilson Jr., then Jacoby after that. I've been too busy winning in the Blue League. That's why I didn't realize Liam was in it. Dub for Jason for sub. Was it Jason? Was it Jason for sub? I'm not too sure. Hopefully it was. So thank you, Jason. Let's see. Yeah, but you beat me, Leo. Okay, so we're just good here. But guys, no, that was a lot of fun. Like I said, really appreciate you guys. Got a lot of injuries this upcoming week, right? A lot of people need wide receivers because Drake London is down with an injury. Yeah, running backs, we got Josh Jacobs down with an injury. Don't know. I have a claim in on the Cleveland defense at Las Vegas. If I don't get them, I'm probably going Chiefs at home versus Indianapolis. Don't think I want LV defense at home versus Cleveland. Nah, you don't want that. But yeah, hopefully you get Cleveland's defense out there. My top 5 defenses stream this week is, of course, the Seattle Seahawks, which more than likely they already picked up, the Baltimore Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, San Francisco 49ers, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Those are my top 5. Bro, you were missing JT and Warren. Those BFs ain't scoring 80. Won't be using Atlanta's defense again. Yeah, I'm done with Atlanta's defense. I think I crashed out with them like 2 weeks in a row in mid-season, and I was just like, yeah, no more. We're done trusting Atlanta. I don't trust Jacksonville's defense. I don't trust them either, but they were number 1 in takeaways for like the longest time, and I do like their matchup. Like I said, they're my 5th option. 5th option. Cool. We got 3 likes on the phone video, and likes we got for the computer. It's cool that they're doing that now. 5 likes. Thank you guys so much for that. Appreciate it. Honestly do. Let's see. Liam ran off Jason, ban him. Thanks for the stream, Monk. Of course, man. That's what we're here for. Appreciate you guys. I honestly do. Jason subbed. I created a welcoming environment, Brandon. You guys are too much, man. All right, AJ, I got to bounce, brother. Hey, man, you have a good one. Go watch the Spurs win another game. Good luck with your mullet. Let us know what it looks like, man. That's pretty cool. JT gets like 40 a week. What do you mean? Jonathan Taylor's about to snap his leg. Ooh, I didn't say that. Do you think Bills defense would do good? Who is matched up? I guess Houston. I think they'll have a decent defense. Yeah, I don't mind streaming the Bills just because they're going up against Davis Mills. Mills against Davis Mills. Modern mullet Friday though, still deciding on what fade, and I shaved the hideous beard from this. I thought you shaved it already. Dude, that's how long it's been since I talked to you. I thought you shaved that thing already. When I'm giving Bubba straight, what? When I'm giving Bubba straight teeth, and I see putting, oh my gosh, I actually know Bubba straight. He's a nice guy. They're projected 18. We got 6 in here, but guys, we are heading to the end of the video. So if you have any more questions, please ask right now. While I am ending this live stream, I want to say again, appreciate you guys so much. It's been a wonderful time here on Tuesday. Haven't had a crowd like this since last season, really. Unless I'm on TikTok. TikTok just booms. Fake chain. This chain was actually given to me by my late grandmother. I have a few other chains out there that are 100% real, but this one just means a little bit more to me. I never take it off. So I hope you feel better about yourself, Rave. Do you feel good after saying that now? No, I shaved it a while ago, but I haven't seen you live since. Oh, damn, dude. It has been that long, huh? We have like 6 or 7 people in this live. Hey, Suspicious Coconut. We are a small channel, so I'm going to take any win I can get. And these 6 or 7 people that we have in this live, they're awesome. They've been following us for years, so I appreciate them so much. So I will give them thanks every single chance I get. And I appreciate you being here, Suspicious Coconut. Thank you. Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I was about to say we got more than 6 or 7 people, but 6, 7. You got me to say it. You got me. You got me. Now CJ is back. Is he? Is he going to be ready? You only have a good crowd when I'm in the chat. That's absolutely true, Rafe. You're not wrong. You're not wrong there. No more money mills. Best part is I'm playing dropped Jawan Revenge Season. Now don't go. We just getting started. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's the truth. Hey, honestly though, in all honesty, that is the truth. That's the story behind this chain here. But you guys see me with my Cuban on. You guys see me with my rope chain as well. But yeah. Hope you feel good about yourself, Ray. We got you. We got you. Ray already said fake chest. That's messed up, right? Hey, that's pretty messed up, right? That Ray said something like that. I can't believe this is what we come to. Do you sleep in that bed being you? I like I said, I never take this off. I sleep with it, I shower with it, I go to the beach with it, I work out with it. It never comes off. The only time I've taken it off is whenever I clean it. And I clean it myself, and just so I could not make it look so dirty. But yeah, I'll maybe clean it. Probably should clean it more, but I'll probably clean it like maybe once a year. But yeah, nope. That's all we got for today, guys. Again, thank you all so much. If you guys have any more questions, you could comment down on this video, even if I'm not live, or you could join our Discord. The link is in the bio. Ask a question there. You could at me if you want, at AJ, and I'll answer your question. My schedule is super busy. I'm always on my phone due to work. So that's why I always say at me so I could see your message and reply to it. But other than that, thank you all so much. Brandon, see you, man. I still gotta watch your video. I saw that you posted a new vlog. I gotta check that out. So I'm glad you're back at it, my guy. Yeah, it was a really fun stream. Thank you all so much. And until next time, as we always say here, keep on grinding.